Welcome to Egg Foo. What? First and only podcast about people eating stuff. I'm Mike Lisk.
Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to another episode of Egg Foo. What? Young Michael, how was your week?
Well, it's okay. Still here.
All right. Well, you're really lifting up. Let me give a quick shout out, if you don't mind. New friend of the show.
Okay.
Buddy of mine here at work. Give a little shout out to Jeff.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to actually listen, but we have been. It's interesting. We've been talking about the whole Jewish people eating Chinese food, especially around Christmas.
Right.
So it'd be interesting to get that perspective near the holidays. I know we talked about it with Julie Klausner, who is probably trying to forget that I remember that we have an open date for a Broadway play whenever I make it to New York City. So it's an interesting subject. Might be fun to kick around as we get closer to the holidays. But anyway.
Okay.
So
is he Gen Z?
Want you to know I am working on the show.
Is he Gen Z?
Yeah. No. He's my age.
Okay. Trying to expand
I'm sorry.
That demographic.
Yeah. What did you say? Gen Z?
Gen Z, yeah.
No, he's Gen X. He's cool.
That's where that's where all the action is, the Gen Zers.
I know.
I was reading an article about these food influencers.
Are we that? Are we? Is it us?
Are we making six figures?
I don't know. You're the one with the books. You're the one who won't let me open the books. You're holding all the money, bro.
Well, the money we've made hasn't covered the Zoom subscription yet. Let me just put it that way. When we get to
you did go for that premium $14 a month plus. So I mean, I don't know.
No, I thought when we hit four figures, not six, I'll send you a check.
Thanks, buddy.
But we appreciate.
Well, when we do hit six, I want to check then too, just to be clear.
But these food influencers, there was an article about a young man. Actually, he's from Jersey. Originally, I think. I think he's out in California now. Gianluca Conte. Now, here's the thing with this guy. This guy's got a gimmick.
Uh-oh.
He's a young guy. He's muscular.
Don't like that.
He's muscular. So what he does is he goes shirtless with an apron, so he can show off the muscles. I'm thinking, well, maybe we could try that with you. Would you're obviously the younger the younger person on this show. If you went shirtless.
I'm sorry, you cut out for a minute. Do you want me to go shirtless on the next show? Is that what you're saying? I heard food influencer and shirtless. I think I have my marching orders.
Now, this guy wears an apron. He's shirtless, but with an apron. Can you think of something else that might be a nice gimmick?
Well, remember the beginning of the first the real Gordon Ramsay Kitchen Nightmares? His thing was always between shifts of the restaurant or whatever, he'd just be happening to take his shirt off in the hotel room. Every episode, at least one scene, we just happen to catch him talking about the pertinent subject when he just happens to be, taking his shirt off for a, young buff Gordon Ramsay.
Okay, so this gimmick's been going on a long time.
I don't know if that was a gimmick or just like he thought he had a rockin' bod and we needed to see it.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, clearly he was. If it was happening every episode, then he was pushing it.
Yeah.
So this is something to think about. The other thing, these guys are claiming they've got deals with Cheetos, Skittles, Wendy's, Boston Market. Now we've made our pitches with different things. We had a whole discussion about Doritos and peanut butter. As far as I know, that Doritos has never done a Doritos and peanut butter campaign. So maybe we can start pushing that a little more.
That's funny because I remember somebody fighting me on that. Somebody for weeks.
Well,
that it was disgusting.
Well, it was.
Stupid.
It
No one
was.
will ever eat
It
them.
was. It
And
was.
now look who comes crawling back on his hands and knees.
But if we
Look
can,
who wants some Doritos and peanut butter now.
we can do a redo, and people forget about those early episodes.
Oh, I have a feeling some clips may be springing back.
Here's another
I would hate for the next Day
influencer.
for What single to be exactly about you're shitting on Doritos and peanut butter. But when the Doritos sponsorship money comes in, all's forgiven.
Uh-huh. But there's another influencer, Jeremy Jacobowitz. I can't pronounce that.
Oh, excuse me.
It's not Jacobowitz. There's an O in there. Jacobowitz.
Jacobowitz?
Jacobowitz. There you go.
Why do I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble for trying to
Jacobowitz? Jacobowitz. Yeah.
Jamie J.
Anyway, he's got deals
did I
with
get the first name right.
he's got deals with DoorDash, Coca-Cola, and Chase Bank. Now, Chase Bank has actually paid for him to go to Japan and Korea. I guess we could have had a deal with Bank America.
That'd be great, and if they weren't sucking thousands of dollars out of my account.
How'd that go? Did you resolve that situation?
Nope.
No.
They said give them 10 days to
10
work
days.
It all out.
Are you going to be able to eat?
I'm trying to be patient. No, I'm not able to eat because you won't, open the books. I just love saying open the books. No. I'm trying to be patient. I'm trying to, be cool and assume it's going to work out. But yeah, that sounds like a wonderful bank, not Bank of America.
So we're missing out on trips and all this good stuff. Although these guys didn't really hit the six figures until they were going about 4 or 5 years. So we're still newbies, and we can still dream. The dream is still alive.
The dream is still alive. My content bro.
My content bro. Other food in the news. Where do you stand on dining and dashing? Have we covered this topic before?
I don't know, but I mean, what kind of human garbage are you to do that?
Yeah. Well, somebody on TikTok, of course, claims. Say no more.
Ask a question.
Well, they've brought up the subject, and they think that if you wait a long period of time to receive your check, then it makes it okay.
Yeah, it takes. Yeah.
Are
you agreeing with that?
No, I'm not agreeing with them. I'm saying it's stealing. They were at an empty restaurant. I mean, it's irritating, of course.
It's irritating, but
you just want to go. You want to pay and go. And but they, of course, this was all captured on video. They were at a relatively empty restaurant. They had a good meal. It wasn't like the meal was unsatisfactory, but they didn't like waiting for 45 minutes for their check. And they thought, well, is this the right thing to do? And of course, TikTok blew up because these are the types of debates that really animate.
Well, let me see if I can detect, because I think I'm smelling they're even more of an asshole than I thought. Were they at 45 minutes, were they overwhelmed with anger and stormed out? Or it was 45 minutes when the check did come and then they decided to punish people?
Now, I think the 45-minute mark was when they started filming. Like, this would be great for a TikTok.
And then did the bill show up, or did they leave?
I think they did. They eventually did pay. A lot of people recommended, if your server is not showing up, just go to somebody at the register. There's usually somebody you can go to before, when you want to leave.
Yeah. I mean, things happen, but they do want your money.
I mean, that's the way most diners are set up. There's a register. You leave your tip and you go pay your bill at the register. No problems.
I was going to ask, how, were they really trying to get the waiter's attention, or were they sitting back to see if they would kind of
They
go
were
unnoticed.
sitting back because it
Yeah,
made for
fuck that.
it made for a good video. It went viral, you know.
Yeah, no, that thumbs down all around. That's horse shit.
Yeah.
That's no excuse. You're in a hurry. I understand. Go up to the register. I don't know. I'm sure there were times 100 years ago where something happened where you'd panic, so you throw down $20 to cover it, plus whatever, because I don't know, maybe you're a doctor, I don't know. But none of that makes sense other than they're shitheads.
Yeah.
And then what was the purpose anyway? They didn't dine and dash, so they didn't
Yeah.
even have the balls to do it. They go almost full asshole, kind of go over full asshole, but then kind of come back a little bit. It's just all assholes.
No, I had an incident when I was young. It wasn't my idea.
I'm sorry. Just to tag onto that before, because I want to hear this about the young thing. I mean, I'm contractually obligated to hear this young story, but that reminds me of the whole. Remember the story you told about the guy who was working on the couple's house and he drank some milk or something and they fired him or whatever.
All right, yeah.
It smells like that bullshit. Like those people suck too. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's go back in time to Mike's youth.
Back in time to my youth, a youthful indiscretion. It was not my idea.
Take some responsibility, Mike. Come on.
A friend of mine, we went to a pizzeria, and why, he would order a tuna fish sandwich at a pizzeria. It's just like the dumbest thing you can do. And he got a bad tuna fish sandwich at a pizzeria.
Oh boy!
Which is
wait, is this our friend Will?
No.
Was famous for
No, this is when I was a young man.
Castle?
I was I think I was even a teenager at the time. So very, very long time ago. So my friend was unhappy to the point where he just wanted to bolt. He did not want to pay for this horrible tuna fish sandwich, which, in retrospect, he should have had some words with the people there, let them know that he had gotten a bad sandwich. Instead, he was just going to make them pay for it by dining and dashing.
So I'm sorry. This was in a pizza joint?
It was in a pizza joint, yeah.
I've never in my life thought about ordering the tuna. Matter of fact, if I saw tuna fish at a pizza joint, I'm not saying I'd walk out and be like, but I would notice it and I'd be like, huh.
Yeah.
So then if the pizza stunk, I wouldn't be surprised, but I wouldn't even dream of touching the tuna fish.
Yeah.
I mean,
now you'll see it on the menus. I've seen it. It's not unheard of.
Yeah.
But who does it? That's the thing.
But then again, people go to Peter Luger and load up on cream spinach. So do I understand people? No, I do not.
So unfortunately, my friend was driving. He was at the wheel. So
His fault. His fault.
This was at a pizzeria where I could not walk home from. It was quite a distance from where I lived. And so I was beholden to him. And sure enough, he went, he told me what the plan was. He went and got the car and pulled up to the curb in front of the place. And I walked out and we peeled out. And that was that. So
do you feel lighter right now, Mike? Do you feel one tuna fish sandwich from 19 lighter now?
I think I've brought this subject up before. This isn't a deep, dark secret or anything. Youthful indiscretion, I've discussed them. I'm not a perfect individual. I've done things in the past I'm not proud of.
Breaking news.
I think that's everybody, though.
Not a perfect human. One time I stole, I don't know if it's the only time I've heard the phrase "ant to the pants," but it's what I think of. When I was like, I don't know, 7 or something, went with my mother to someone's house, and I'm walking around there. Their kid had a zillion toys.
Right.
Like my toys were like my siblings and dirt. And mostly the dirt.
Chunks of dirt.
chunks of dirt.
Famous story.
And this kid had everything. And he had the Spider-Man. There's a rubber Spider-Man, like you could stretch it, that whatever. I think one of the arms was broken. So I was like, this kid doesn't even want this fucking Spider-Man. So I took it.
Yeah.
Ride home. I'm in the passenger seat. I cleverly lay the Spider-Man under me, so I'm sitting on it. My mother will never detect that. And of course, we're riding along, and I start fidgeting because I guess the thing's rubbing my ass or something. I don't know. My mother said, "Wait, you got ants in your pants?" And within 0 seconds, she sniffed out that I'd stolen this fucking thing and had to turn around. Yelled, I stole your shitty kid's Spider-Man.
Was there a big apology? Was it a big scene?
She slowly dropped it on top of his huge pile of other Spider-Man. This made me
the chest full of Spider-Mans.
Yeah, she just threw it in with the others. Oh, great, thanks.
The pile.
She said, "I'm sure he's gonna miss this one, you idiot." Slam the doormat. No. I'm sure she's a great lady. I'm sure she was perfectly gracious, and
you weren't part. Did both of you walk back up to the place, or she just handled it herself?
Who? I had to go and apologize.
You didn't apologize?
I did. Yes.
Oh, you did. Oh, okay.
I had to go up.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what my mother said. I'm sure I blacked it out, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the woman was great.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I had the sticky fingers. Sue me. I mean, look, it's been a part of me my whole life.
I didn't know you.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, I didn't know you went through a superhero phase. Was it short-lived, or?
That was it.
That was it. The beginning.
My superhero phase was the 4 minutes in my car before my mother detected I was sitting on a Spider-Man doll and turning around. That 4 minutes is my career of being a superhero fan.
Now, when you uttered the phrase "ants in the pants," I thought you were going to talk about that particular toy. Are you familiar with?
I guess I was like squirming around.
Yeah. No, that's what it means. No, there's nothing wrong with what you said. But there was a toy. There was a toy called "Ants in the Pants."
You're right. It was like a yellow bucket thing.
It was the pants. Right. The pants were yellow. And then I
remember seeing it in like magazines, like the Sears and Roebuck catalog.
And
other toys I would dream about getting for Christmas. I'm turning this episode into I'm a poor kid staring through a window looking for stuff.
Yeah, Oliver.
That's right.
Part 2. Anyway, yeah, ants in the pants. The pants were this yellow sort of bucket, and the ants you could sort of flip. You sort of push down on them, and they flip in the air. And the purpose to try and get them in the pants. Now, I was a very young person when I was invited to a birthday party of one of my best friends. I'll just call him Billy H.
Billy H.
Billy H. Billy H. was a great guy. He was really good little league player, great pitcher. But I think even before the little league phase, we're talking maybe 4th or 5th grade, very young. And I got invited to his birthday party, and I had as a present ants in the pants. I was going to give him ants in the pants for his birthday party. But what happened is
intimate for two young boys.
So what happened is the day of the birthday, it was pouring rain out. And my mother just decided, it wasn't worth going out in the rain to this birthday party. And so I was disappointed, but even more disappointed was my friend Billy H. And he was really sort of heartbroken that I couldn't make it. And more importantly,
did he know the ants in the pants were coming?
No. Here's the thing. So
hold on. Don't tell me you kept.
No.
Tell me because the party got canceled. You kept the ants in the pants, Mike.
No, I did not. I wish it ended that way, because we did bring his present to him the next day, and I don't know if it was because of his anger for me not showing up, but he was very disappointed in the ants in the pants gift.
Oh,
He thought it was a dumb game, and was not particularly happy as even the day after.
interesting.
So just disappointed overall.
Well, is Billy H listening to this? Is he
No,
with us?
Billy H went to meet his maker several years
Oh,
ago. Yeah.
you don't
I
have to say it with glee, Mike. You don't have to say it like
no,
that,
no,
Mike. Like
it's
that's the
just
happy ending. You won in the
just the
end.
fact. I
Come
mean,
on, we're better than that. How'd he die?
he was a drinker. And I think it was liver cirrhosis. Um,
It's pouring out for
it,
Billy H tonight.
it was particularly sad because he had to attend his sister's birthday. Not birthday. What am I talking about? His sister. Speaking of rain, she went out in a rainstorm, and she ended up falling, hitting her head. She died the week before Billy did. So
Mike,
he
you're
went.
making it hard for me to make fun of this Billy H guy.
Yeah, no, it's a tragic story. He lost his sister a week before he died himself.
Oof,
Yeah, so just when
I
you
guess.
think you have it bad, there are other
Mm.
people out there going through their own kind of hell, and that was Billy's story. But he was a good guy. I would run into him occasionally at my local establishment, and we'd have a few laughs
Did
talking
he
about the old
remind you of
times.
the ants of the pants? Say thanks a lot again for the ants of the pants.
No, I think we patched up over that. The other thing about Billy is that his father worked for I guess a food distributor, and his main account was Mott's applesauce.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I went over to Billy's, there'd be boxes of applesauce all over the place. There was no shortage of applesauce in Bill's house.
God,
But
how old was he when he just couldn't stomach the idea of eating applesauce?
no, I'm sure, maybe at one time it was kind of like, wow, this is great. We've got applesauce anytime we want it. But I guess his father also distributed like candy and stuff. So he had access to all this, particularly bubble gum. And he had a way of just winning over friends. He'd give them free packs of gum. Billy was, he was the man for hitting up for bubble gum right through high school. I think, it was like, he was the candy man.
Candy man. That would have been a cool nickname in high school. What do the ladies call him? Oh, the Candy Man. I just assume it has great connotations that I'm not even privy to. But
did you have any food distributors in your school?
I had no idea what a food distributor was.
Well, somebody who just would hand out stuff to kids and win friends over with candy, cakes, cookies.
No.
Nobody's mom sneaking up some good cookies. No trades.
Well, my three best friends, their fathers were a dentist, an insurance salesman, and an accountant. So no, there was no free gifts. Reggie.
What about toothbrushes? No toothbrushes or
no
that stuff to
turn no free W4 form sessions or I didn't get my taxes done.
No. No free toothpaste. No
free toothpaste.
Those little tubes.
As thrilling as that would have been to a 14-year-old. No. No. Applesauce would have been the king there. Sorry, Billy H. Superfoo Young points got to the sky.
Yeah, rest in peace, Bill. He's a good guy.
The big ants in the pants, bucket in the sky.
The great bean debate is raging again.
There was one before. What's the bean?
Well, it's all about chili. It's chilly weather now. We're back into the chili time. People are eating chili. The Costco Kirkland signature chili 4-pound tub is back.
I didn't know about that.
Well, now you know. They have a 4-pound tub of chili you can buy at Costco. Some people claim to love it. But
I bet it's good. I was just raving yesterday. People were turning their nose up about Costco or about something.
Yeah, we talked about the brands, that they disguise the brands,
Well, I pointed out again, I don't know. If you want a nice white button down, wrinkle free, you'll never have to iron it no matter what shirt, Costco. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Now,
yeah,
when you're pulling your shirt out of a dumpster and you need to get to somewhere quick and you're like, snap it, boom, no wrinkles. Thank you, Greg.
Now, are you listening to yourself?
Hard to say. Why?
You just made a pitch for the Costco shirts.
Yes.
Now, can you wear one to the next show?
Yes.
And demonstrate for the people to see?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
The wheels are turning. Okay. Duly noted.
I've had a couple over the years and they have never let me down.
Okay.
Like,
yeah. How many are in rotation right now?
Just one.
Just one. Okay.
Yeah, just need one nice, You don't
have a
normally I wear a flannel shirt or whatever, but if I need a nice white shirt, and I hate ironing like everybody, boom, whip it out, perfect.
Yeah. Well, the debate is whether or not chili should have beans in it. Have we discussed this before?
I don't think we have, but I think isn't it a Texas thing?
Yeah, the people from Texas don't want the beans in their chili.
First of all, when you say people from Texas, I say enough said, but continue.
No,
I don't know if they're for or against beans.
We love all our fans down in Texas, but
of course we do.
This thing about beans, what's wrong with having it either way? If you don't like the beans, don't put them in. End of debate. Why are you getting enraged that people like beans in it? I like beans in it.
It's like a food purity thing. Like if you have the beans, or don't have
it's just it's ridiculous. But
you like chili and you like beans and you like meat. Why not?
Yeah, it's a good combo. I mean, I make it with the beans. I got my recipe from the back of the McGregor chili powder.
I don't know if I've ever made chili.
It's easy. You've never made chili?
I may have. I mean, it is easy. It's
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's easy, but
it is easy.
What's your secret? Like, what's your big?
Oh, here it is. It's you brown you pound of ground beef.
Not doing that.
Well, then you don't have any meat in your chili. So yeah, you do the pound of ground beef. You put that in a pot. Then you add your tomatoes, crushed tomatoes. I like the one with celery and onions in it, just for a little extra kick. You add the chili powder. I like McGregor's. You add
McGregor's. Looking for sponsorship. McGregor's.
McGregor's. I like the pinto beans. What's the famous bean?
Not
brand?
A kidney bean? Not like a pinto bean will fall apart, right?
No, it doesn't fall apart. It's sturdy.
All right.
It's a sturdy bean.
I'm gonna have to take your word on it. But...
And then you just mix all those things together, and about 10 minutes, and then your chili's ready to go.
Wait, your whole chili takes 10 minutes to cook?
Well, no, you've got to cook the beef first. It's 2 stages.
Isn't the big thing about chili like you're supposed to cook it for like 11,000 hours? And
well, I don't know who those people are. Maybe there's.
I mean, it sounds like you're just getting chili from the store and microwaving it. I mean,
no, I bought separate ingredients. I add them together. It's not hard. I'm not saying it's a difficult thing to do. I'm trying to encourage you to make it for yourself. I think it's something you could do yourself. Now
that it's cooler down, although walking outside like right at noon on one side of the street, I was like, ooh, fall's here. I'm thinking, ooh, jacket weather. But then you cross the street where the sun is, and it's
Uh-huh.
like, holy fuck, this summer's never gonna end. I want to kill myself.
Yeah, it is weird. Yeah, if you get in the sun, it's pretty nice out there.
So we're still at that point where if you're in the sun, it's 1,000 degrees, but if you're in the shadows, it's nice and cool. So
Yeah, yeah, beautiful weather. But yeah, so that's my chili thing. I did find out that there's some weird variations. I've heard of the about Cincinnati, what they do with chili.
Skyline chili with the
Okay,
big, they got that spaghetti, the chili, the cheese, whatever you want on top of it.
and cocoa powder.
Is that Skyline chili?
Well, it's
Because
Cincinnati. What is Skyline, a famous chili place in
yeah,
Cincinnati?
I think it's a diner there, and I think now it's famous for their
Oh, okay.
5-way, 4-way, 3-way, and over during lockdown through Goldbelly, we ordered it just to try it. I'd never tried it, and I have to say, I didn't love it because there was a sweetness to it. I think I don't know if I'm dreaming or
well, that's probably the cocoa powder.
I guess cocoa powder. I thought it was nutmeg or something. Maybe the cocoa powder.
Yeah,
It was a lot sweeter. I didn't love it.
yeah.
Which surprised me.
It sounded weird. Well, how is it with the spaghetti though? The spaghetti seems weird to me.
That's fine. I think with any other chili, maybe break out some Hormel this weekend.
I still have a can
from Hormel, by the way. Speaking of sponsorship,
let's do that for next week. I have cans of chili in my. They've been sitting there for a while. I gotta get to it. So we'll feature
Hormel.
Maybe we'll have
to tell me once.
Maybe this is a thing. We'll feature one particular thing aside from whatever we're eating that week. So next week, yeah, we'll eat some Hormel. We'll talk about Hormel chili.
Hey, when it comes to Hormel, you don't have to tell me once. see that joke? I did it twice just to make sure.
Yeah.
No, the spaghetti was fine. Like when you think of it, you're like, well, why wouldn't I like spaghetti? Which it's just a different. It's like a thicker sauce. It's just and if you like shredded cheese like me, you throw it on top.
Yeah.
But the sauce itself, it was sweet, which I guess maybe was that cocoa butter or cocoa butter powder. Cocoa butter is what I put on myself before I eat the Skyline chili.
Well, I've had chili on rice. That seemed to make more sense to me. I've done that in the past.
You can put anything on pasta, right? Like any sauce based.
No, you're right. But it feels weird.
But we do agree that I am right on the Doritos peanut butter thing.
Yeah. Okay. In New Mexico, they like to mix in some green chilies and pork, which that's a different take.
Out there. Big on green chilies out there.
But here's the weirdest
one burger that always pops up on any burger list. I think it's Santa Fe, and its big thing is they have some sort of green chili on it. So I guess that's a New Mexico thing.
But here's the weirdest one. I never heard this one before. In Nebraska, apparently it's traditional to serve chili with cinnamon buns.
I'm hanging up this goddamn Zoom call. Come on. Come on.
Yeah. Now we have one of our biggest fans. Jessica is in Nebraska. We'll have to have her weigh in on this. I mean, I've never heard that combination before. It's just bizarre.
That is troubling. I mean, I
can see bread, if you just want to dip bread in it, and
Jessica, we're gonna need a report from Nebraska there. So Jessica, if you could help us out.
Yeah, pastries and chili. It's just odd. Do you dip the buns in the chili?
You pour the chili on the bun?
I don't know. This needs to be, as you said, researched.
The first time I ever did a open house back during my real estate career, somebody had said, "Hey, make some cinnamon rolls." So house will smell good. I'd never done that, so I thought you put on the icing before, then put it in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
You got the dough or whatever, you roll it out.
Right.
It's supposed to comes out hot and fresh, and then you put on the icing, and it smells delightful. I slatted on the icing before, put it in the oven, and everything just burnt all to hell. And did not make a sale that day.
Yeah.
And didn't make a sale, and I didn't get to munch on delicious cinnamon rolls all day. That sounds disgusting, though.
Yeah, no, it's definitely bizarre. And if you want to weigh in on us, don't forget to use the comment section below.
Comment section down there. We're gonna need a report from Jessica down over in Nebraska for an official report, please.
Yeah. So what was I gonna say?
I do want to hear what Jerry has to think about that, though. I have a feeling Jerry heard this, and he is finally, after 60 whatever episodes, he's had it. He's like, these guys are disgusting.
Yeah, these guys are just talking about disgusting combinations.
We're gonna get a handwritten note from Jerry. Like, I can't do this anymore, guys. He's like, I went with y'all a long ways, but the cinnamon and too much.
Well, as I announced last week, I'm trying to go on a little bit of a hiatus from Chinese food. That beef Szechuan broke me. It broke me.
I don't blame you, my content, bro.
It broke me, and so I'm trying to ease my way. Maybe I'll go back, or who knows? I may never go back. A friend of mine,
cliffhanger.
A friend of mine was talking to me over the weekend, and he says, he has to resist every time I post a photo on Instagram, and he sees how disgusting this person is. Not a fan of Chinese food at all. So every photo that I post pretty much disgusts him. But
sounds like it's not a friend, Mike. Sounds like someone you need to cut out of your life.
He's got a few issues with food, but yeah, I mean, I look back on that Szechuan beef photo, and it's traumatic.
I think about mine. I mean, yours was worse, but mine looked like tire treads, like ripped to shreds, and didn't taste much better.
Maybe if I go back,
we should have that's what we should do. If we ever have a live show, we should eat that and chow mein, like whatever the 3 most disgusting things we hated. We should have a show. We do those.
No, I don't want this show to be, as I said, a suicide mission. I don't want.
You know what else is a suicide mission, Mike?
What?
Life.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I remember. You see, I remember it from last week.
From last week and probably next week.
But
Yeah, I tell you that stuff was. Ugh.
Yeah. So I'm taking a break, and of course, when I threw out that this week we would do a mystery dish, you immediately came back with, well, instead of keeping it a mystery, you announced that is it okay for my mystery to be egg foo young?
No mystery there. Egg foo one is the best. Mystery solved.
Yeah. Well, I had mentioned that I had seen a new takeout place that I've never been to before, and I was considering going there until I read some Yelp reviews. In which they specifically targeted the egg foo young as being a greasy mess, I believe.
I saw that comment. Somebody made that comment.
That was a review of the place I was considering going to. And when I saw that review, I said, well, okay, I trust this person, this anonymous person online.
Let me stop you. This person is not to be trusted.
Why?
Now, that's not to say if you tried this egg foo young, it doesn't suck. But egg foo young in and of itself being wet and soggy and greasy is not inherently or automatically bad. So I saw that, and that person has no idea what the hell they're talking about when it comes to egg foo young.
Well, I'll say,
to be honest, Mike, by now you should know better too.
No, I'm going to say this: the egg foo young that I had and enjoyed was not wet. It was not greasy. It was.
Doesn't mean it's impossible for it to be that, and you still like it. I'm just saying it's not disqualifying.
Okay,
that's all. Now,
Yeah.
whether after that you like it or don't like it, that's up to you.
Uh-huh.
But anybody who knows what they're talking about knows what I'm saying. Sorry, I saw that and that made me upset. I was like, this idiot doesn't know what they're talking.
Well, I did not go there. I did take a
All right.
pass on this place for now. Maybe if I work up some more courage, I'll give it a shot. But so yeah, my mystery dish. I decided to go to I guess it's a chain. It's actually right next door. It's practically next door to my usual Howell Kitchen Chinese takeout place. This is Poke Burritos. Are you familiar with Poke?
Like a poke bowl? Aren't they poke bowl? Poke? Are they pronounced poke?
It's pronounced.
Aren't they bowl? Aren't they usually bowls?
Yeah,
Poke?
yeah, a Poke bowl.
I think I've. You asked me if I'm familiar. I think I've literally said everything I know about them.
and
Sure,
you mispronounced it.
And I didn't get any of that right. So I told you everything I know, and none of that was right. So
There's a little history on the menu. It emerged around 1970s when fishermen in Hawaii used simple recipes to create hearty snacks. Poke in Hawaiian means to cut crosswise into pieces. Essentially, it is a fish salad, which resembles a burrito bowl, but with a sushi twist to it. So imagine all of your favorite sushi ingredients in one bowl. Yum. The dish commonly consists of fish and rice and served as cooked and raw, hot and cold, all in one bowl.
Sounds terrible.
So
also disappointing with an exotic name like Poke. Isn't it disappointing that all it means is like literally how to cut the fucking thing? Like it doesn't mean like magnificent albatross or beautiful beast of whatever. It means, hey, cut it this way. That's kind of uninspiring.
So I went for the signature bowl, tempura amazing.
Wait, is this for your dish?
This is this is the dish I had.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I went to this place once before.
Wait, so it was a Chinese place?
It's
like,
I think it's more of a Japanese because it's mostly sushi.
I didn't know when we said mystery dish, I didn't know we meant we get rid of cheeseburger.
Well, now you know.
I mean, I still would have picked egg for young. So
okay, yeah. Well, you announced it last week, so I was not surprised.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, I'm trying something a little different this week. Here's the menu.
Nice menu.
Okay, burritos. Got the big QR code that I have no idea how to deal with the QR codes.
You want me to teach you how to do it over the next 3 seconds? Live
I think I have a QR scanner on my phone, an app.
Do you? Yeah, it's called your camera.
Oh, you don't even need it.
That's all you need, right? You literally just have to turn your camera on and point it, and it'll do everything for you.
Really? Okay. Well, I learned something today. I thought you needed an app, like you need everything on your phone is another app.
Let's be fair. Normally that is the case. But for these, all you need is point the camera, and then it's like, hey, boom.
What do you think tempura means? Do you know what that means?
I love tempura.
It's
a Japanese kind of breading.
Yeah.
It's kind of saved for things like what you're eating. So the few times it's popped up on like chicken tenders and stuff,
right?
I'm always like, why isn't this on everything? Right? Because it's amazing, but it's usually on shit I don't like. Like,
whatever
thing you're about to talk about.
Well, in the tempura amazing, and I just consider it like fried. It's sort of lightly fried batter, right? I mean, if they called
I'm sure some are better than others, wherever you go, but
yeah,
the experiences I've had, it's always like, why isn't this on everything?
So my bowl had tempura shrimp, tempura chicken, lettuce, which I was not amazed by. You know, you're gonna call something amazing, don't put lettuce in it.
Unless the lettuce is amazing, like the lettuce that comes in a Wendy's Dave's double with no bun. Sorry. We'll
it
get to
was
that
the
later.
crispy lettuce, so it did meet that criteria.
That's good.
Pineapple,
My
mango,
new, which we discovered I do love.
pineapple, mango, edamame. Is that how you pronounce it?
How's it spelled?
Edamame.
Edamame?
Edamame. You see,
Yeah.
there you go. You're better at this than I am.
I'm a man of the world, Mike.
Yeah. Well,
But
you
yeah,
got
edamame is super good. It's basically just, I don't know if they're
soybeans, right?
soybeans. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Or kind of bean, like it mixes
Immature,
halfway between a pea and a soybean.
soybeans.
Yeah.
There was
Okay.
some broccoli, corn, avocado, which I probably should have told them to
Wait, are
leave that
you
up.
listing what's in this bowl, or are you just
Yeah,
listing all the foods?
well, this is what makes it amazing, I guess. But I'm
Wow.
saying I would have ditched the lettuce. I would have ditched the avocado. There was wasabi beans in there, which was the crunchy. They call these items a crunchy, and the spicy mayo sauce, which was really good. I wish they put more on it. When you get this bowl, it's layered. So you got your chicken and your shrimp laying on top. So if you got, I guess you can try and mix all the ingredients up, but you can't.
See,
You got to
that's a
just
problem with when I get a salad and then I get the 6 pounds of chicken on top of it. So
yeah.
by the time I'm done, I've bored through the chicken. I'm full. So I throw away all the salad.
Yeah, this is a similar problem, So I'm eating the shrimp and the chicken, and I'm trying to dig a little deeper for the other items. I force myself to eat the avocado. What is it? I mean, I've had good guacamole, so it's not like I don't, that there's avocado that I can't eat.
The texture is the texture. The texture
Yeah,
is
the
weird.
texture is gross, right? I mean, does
like
anybody like that
creamy.
texture?
It's like, I know that sounds weird, but it's almost too creamy, right? Like it's weird.
It's the
'Cause I'm the same
texture.
way.
I think it's a combo. The texture
Yeah.
and the color together just make you think
Yeah.
of, having a cold, right? I mean,
Because avocados are like the one thing left that I should be eating because it's like the only food left that's healthy. But yeah, it's too weird for me. I should try harder, but yeah, something about the texture is just too much. But did we just stumble on $1 billion idea? Salad should be built so the stuff that's on top, the healthy stuff, the bottom is all the chicken or good stuff, but you have to get to the bottom. You have to literally, if you don't eat this stuff, this does not unlock. It's like the chicken, the good stuff is the reward, the dessert for making it through the salad.
Yeah.
As opposed to the opposite, where I just plow through the dessert and throw away the healthy stuff. What do you think about that?
I think that's a great idea, actually. Yeah. No, after this experience where, like I said, this bowl, when you see the picture, it's tightly packed. So it's like you don't have room to stir it up. So you have to eat through the different levels.
I'm writing this down. Reinventing salad.
So you have to eat through each specific level to get to the good stuff. Well, the rice is at the bottom, and you can barely get there because you're eating so much stuff before you get to the rice that
Why don't they make it so you can mix it up? I mean, you can't be the first person who had this complaint, right?
Well, I guess if you feel like being industrious, you can take it home and throw it in a bowl and mix it up.
Well, it's like the big bucket of popcorn that has all the butter on the very top, and you can't shake it or get it.
Yeah, you can't distribute it equally.
Right. I think we just invented. It can be like, hey, salads used to be healthy. Now they're healthier. You can have the chicken and shrimp and fun stuff, but you have to eat your way to it.
Yeah.
To unlock it. Man, Mike.
No, this idea is really
keep your stupid egg foo what money. Have fun with that. We're about to just have it rained upon us.
Well, I'm not going to take it away from you. It was your idea. I mean, I inspired
You'll get a taste. You'll get a taste.
I'll get a taste.
I'm not going to leave you out in the cold.
Okay, that's nice. I mean, I did sort of inspire it, though, just like Chuck Wepner.
I mean, look, my lawyer will probably have me erase this.
like Chuck Wepner bilked money out of Sylvester
Right.
Stallone for Rocky.
You'll be the Chuck Wepner of salads.
Be the Chuck Wepner of salad.
Hey, there's
But
worse
anyway,
things. You know, when that check shows up every once in a while, you'll be like, you know what? That wasn't bad.
so as you say, I did eat the chicken, the shrimp. I ate about half of the other ingredients. I mean, it's a lot of food. It was very filling. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll get a second meal out of it, but yeah, there's no shrimp or chicken left. You know, it's just going to be the rice and corn and the edamame.
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 I'm trying to look like
I'm
being
learning
nice,
new
like,
words. I can't pronounce words anymore.
I'm trying to act, you know, like,
Edamame.
oh, it's
I'm going to
okay, Mike. But
practice.
in my head, I'm thinking, oh,
Edamame. I'm going to practice.
I'm trying to be magnanimous and oh no, Mike, it's edamame. But in my head, I'm just like, oh man, does he look stupid? I
I
can't
think
wait.
it was the
for
first
people to
time
see
I've
that.
ever had that. I've
A
had
lot
the
of edamame is great for if you have young kids and you find yourself at not a fancy restaurant, but whatever.
Mhm.
They're easy to eat. Kids love those things because they're easy, they're simple, they're kind of fun.
Mhm.
A little tip next time you and I find ourselves out with a couple of toddlers. You know,
Yeah, I
at
see that happening
Kobayashi Grill or whatever.
in the
right?
very near future.
Yeah.
Now this is the second time I've been to Poke Burritos. The first time I went easy. I tried the chicken ramen, and you know I have to say it was bland. You know, but I guess what do you get? What do people expect from ramen? I mean, it's a sort of a bland thing, right? There's no way to spice that up.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I've had pho, which is I think a version of ramen.
Mhm.
If you had pho, like I think it's basically the same thing, like a beef broth with noodles and chicken or whatever you want.
Uh-huh.
But when I don't think I've had real ramen. So when I think of ramen, I still think of the old college, you know, packs of five for $1.
Yeah.
And I love those things.
Mhm.
So even today when people are like, oh God, can you remember back when you have to eat nothing but ramen all day? I'm like, I fucking love ramen. Like I would eat ramen all day, every day now if I could. Like,
Uh-huh.
I mean, I guess I could.
Yeah, I didn't go through a ramen. I mean, spaghetti was my ramen when I was broke.
Yeah,
You know, it's like
that was a good one too. And the chicken pot pies, those were always like $4
uh-huh.
little chicken pot pies. Remember those?
Yeah, I was not a big pot pie. My mother loved them. They were easy just to heat up and give to us, but I was not like a huge fan.
Yeah, they were like super cheap for some. Now that I'm like, I don't know why they were that cheap because. Yeah.
I mean, I did have that pot pie at KFC. I don't know if they still have those. That wasn't
Oh,
bad.
God. Is that good?
Yeah, well, it wasn't bad. You know,
Can you believe? I can't believe someone. I love KFC. I mean, I can't remember the last time I was at one, but I'm surprised I've never had one of those bowls. They seem right up my street. Just throw everything I love into one bowl and eat it.
Yeah.
I've never been tempted to get one.
Well, my temptation was peaked when, Patton Oswalt did that comedy about it. And I tried one. And it wasn't bad. It's just,
I'm sure there's no chance if it showed up right now and I tried it, I would hate it. I would sure I would scarf it.
Oh, it's fine actually, and it's probably easier eating that than to tear apart one of those pieces of chicken.
Oh, easy, Mike. Don't be shitting on the kernel. Easy now.
No, I like the chicken.
You can say nice things about the bowl without shitting on the kernel now. Come on now.
Well, I'm in a town now that lost its KFC recently, so
oh my,
I don't have that. I don't have
access. Maybe I will send you a fruit basket. I mean, that one really hits close to home.
But you say you haven't been to one in a while.
Ooh, I mean, I used to like to get there used to be one I'd get through Uber Eats or Postmates years ago. And I would just get the chicken. But yeah, I'm surprised knowing me that I haven't had one of those bowls because I'm pretty sure I would love it. But
the big selling point for KFC was the biscuits for me, I like their biscuits.
Yeah, but the biscuits, but that's a bit of a, like when you say the biscuits, do you mean the biscuits or do you mean the biscuits drowning in the gravy? Because like I say I like the biscuits, but I think what I'm saying is I love the gravy.
Yeah, I didn't need the gravy. I would just put butter on them.
Well, okay. I thought you were gonna say you didn't need gravy, just eat. Well, adding butter, that's like adding gravy. Bojangles,
Okay.
those biscuits,
I
when
did
they
not
when they
know that.
when they nail their biscuits, you don't need butter.
Uh-huh. Really?
I
Okay.
thought I thought you were gonna be I'm a KFC biscuit purist. But then you just switch to butter, which is even better than gravy. So
I've never been to a Bojangles in my life. We don't have them up here.
that's true. They are. It is a southern thing. We
Mm.
do need to get them to Jersey. Maybe some of our Jersey friends
Mhm.
can make that happen.
Uh-huh.
That is the best. That's the best chicken
Uh-huh.
and the best biscuit. Period.
Okay.
End of.
Good to know. But back to my poke burritos experience. I did have the miso soup,
Oh,
which I've had before, and again, a little on the bland side, right? I mean, have you had that?
what's miso soup?
Well, it's got like I guess it's got kelp maybe and little
Stop right there.
yeah, it's some might call it seaweed.
Yeah.
Some if somebody was really being ignorant, as like I'm going to do right now, it's sort of seaweed and little tiny marshmallows.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I love to eat the seaweed.
no.
Marshmallow.
I'd like to see you try some miso soup one time.
Yeah, I would too.
Just
Because I'd be watching a fantasy.
just film it and get your reaction.
Yeah.
But the soup was kind of bland.
Miso soup, is that what you said?
Miso soup, yeah,
Do you mean
MISO.
literal marshmallows?
You know what? I guess it's tofu,
Oh God,
but but
I would have preferred the marshmallow.
but I
Jesus
guess
Christ.
I guess
Worse
it's
every time you mention something.
it's white tofu.
Ugh.
Again, I may be ignorant, showing my ignorance. I do that a lot on this show.
Point it out,
Get used
people.
to it now. Get
When
used
Mike
to it
says
in the
something
future.
stupid, let us know.
Yeah, let Mike know when he said something stupid in the comment section. But anyway, that was
maybe I
my.
will try because it sounds absolute batshit. Maybe I will try.
Well, it seems like you doesn't one of your friends like you discussed this before about ramen, that a friend of yours is quite enamored of ramen and you go out with him regularly, or am I wrong there?
I have a friend who loves pho.
Now what is pho? How do you spell that?
PHO. I think it's pretty much ramen. I think it's just a big bowl of broth with noodles. And then if you want chicken or pork,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm sure that I'm sure there is a difference, but it's kind of the same thing.
I mean, like I said, I think this menu, there's a lot of sort of Japanese inspired things. I've tried sushi in the past. I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a whole side of the menu for this.
I tried it once in 2014
for the sushi, and I have zero interest in, even though they have very colorful names. The pink dragon, the green dragon roll.
Oh, that's another thing I wish I liked, because sushi, like avocado, it's like the only, if you eat sushi, it'll add 100 years to your life. But I can't.
Rock and roll. That's
now they're overselling the sushi. Just say, come on.
Spider-Man 3 roll.
See, now they're trying too hard.
Yeah, it's just the names are ridiculous. Caterpillar roll. I mean, are there bugs in this thing?
Yeah, or is it just rice and some meat and a leaf of some sort? Do we need to give it the dramatic
Here's
name?
one for you: Christmas tree roll.
I like that. All right, I'll try it. All right, they got me. Sold me. They got me on the name. I'll take one. I'll take two. I'll take a dozen Christmas tree rolls. What's in a Christmas tree roll?
Button spicy tuna roll, middle tuna tataki.
Boy, this is tough to hear, Mike.
Topped with seafood salad.
It's like listen to
seaweed salad. How does seaweed?
Like listen to Chris Russo try to say Colorado.
Seaweed salad.
Wow, this was a blizzard to watch.
If that doesn't make you think of Christmas, I don't know what does.
It didn't.
And then there's something called, there's stuff on here I don't know what it is. Harumaki. Any ideas what that is?
It could be your Halloween costume in a couple of weeks. Sounds like.
It's on the appetizer list, and I have no idea what it is. Gyoza.
Well, go through. Did you eat? So how much? So are you going to give your meal a score?
I'm gonna give I'll give it a 7. It didn't knock me out.
Seems like you're being generous.
All right,
Seems like it's underwhelming.
you talked me down to a 6.
Seems like you'll never think of it again.
No, it's I think I mean I might try a few different things at this place, but I was not
I don't want to talk
overwhelmed.
you out of your 7, but
Yeah, the signature bowl that said it was amazing. It was a little overselling there. I wouldn't describe it as amazing. I describe it as
naming it Spider-Man isn't overselling.
well, yeah, or the Snow White roll.
The Snow White roll. There's 7 little ones.
Yeah. So my mystery dish was not amazing. How about now?
Let me give you a compliment here. Sounds like at least it was adventurous.
Yeah, no, that's the whole point of the mystery meal, whereas you went for strictly no adventure.
Yeah, when you started saying that, I was going to say this seems pointed, but you just plowed straight through to, saying it out loud.
Now, did you at least try a different place for the egg foo young, or did you go to? All right, okay.
And so you saw the picture I sent.
Yeah, it looked good. Looked good.
The gravy was no good.
Oh, the gravy was no good. Wow.
Yeah.
It was slathered on there like, I guess that was before you took a taste.
Well, I knew it wasn't going to be just from the color. It was dark.
It was dark, yeah, which I like. I don't have a problem with that.
And it was runny. It wasn't creamy.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't puffy. So right away, even just looking at it, I knew, okay, this isn't going to be great. It was fine. The patties, let me say this. The patties were some of the best sheer egg foo young patties I've had. Now, number one, they were huge. I only made it through one.
Really? One?
Big. Like the black round containers?
Yeah.
It was packed. Like
really, no, I've had that. Yeah, where
patties.
it fills the container. Yeah.
Really big and really good, but they kind of blew it with the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, well, of course I got to get the chicken McNuggets just to,
back up.
because when you know what a fan I am,
Uh-huh.
and I open them up. I don't think I sent you a picture. And you know how we always say it's funny how every single dish has its own chicken cut, a variety.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Not this case. It's literally just the chicken from the sweet and sour chicken dumped into a little container. And it's like, I'm kind of laughing like, all right.
They got you.
Really. Like, we'll call these chicken tenders, but and to be honest, if I order sweet and sour chicken, I get it without the sauce anyway. So basically they gave me sweet and sour chicken. And so that was weird, but were they amazing? Yes, they were. This chicken, sweet and sour chicken, the crust just melted in my mouth. It was fantastic.
Okay.
The egg foo young, I wanted because the patties themselves were so good, but the gravy was a total whiff. I give it 6.5.
6.5. Okay. Now, what are you going to do? What is your leftover experience going to be? Yeah.
Now, I did after a while on a whim, because that's how I live my life, Mike. Just, you don't know what's going to happen. I was like, why don't I take one of these and throw together a little St. Paul Sammy?
Oh, okay. There you go.
Now, all I needed was half of one of these patties to make a whole sandwich.
Wow.
And delightful.
Yeah.
Little Wonder Bread, little patty, little mayo, little tomato. And I still have a patty and a half left. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get through it.
All right. Well, you get
but this says how the gravy makes the whole thing, because these patties were fantastic, and I can't give it past the 6.5 because of the gravy. The gravy makes or breaks it. Period.
I'm thinking your St. Paul sandwich would have been nice with this spicy mayo that I had as a dressing in this bowl.
I
I
disagree.
mean, is that a thing? Have I just missed out on the spicy mayo
I don't
phenomenon?
know. I have noticed. Now I love mayo,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm also very picky. Like I only eat Hellman's or Duke's, or I have noticed over the years there's new mayos, a spicy mayo, sriracha mayo, all
Mm-hmm.
that scares me. That intimidates me. I want my mayonnaise to just be mayonnaise.
Uh-huh.
Number one, when I hear the word spicy, I think of hot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that associated in any way with my mayonnaise.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I know it's probably served cold, but I don't like that connotation. I don't like that connection.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me think of McDonald's. I love their chicken sandwich, but why don't they put the mayo on after they pull it out of the microwave instead of slathering the mayo on, then put in the microwave, and so you get boiled mayonnaise on your chicken sandwich, which is
Uh-huh.
still good.
Uh-huh.
So that tells you how
There
great it would
goes
be.
another sponsor.
Whoa, 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 whoa! I'm turning this around. Which tells you how good the sandwich is. It's still great. Think of how great it would be if they just wait the 10 seconds, put the mayo on when it's out.
Mm-hmm.
McDonald's, if you're listening, and I think you are, come on, do the right thing.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not, I love mayonnaise. I'm not adventurous about it because mayonnaise is tricky. It's easy to get sick. They do something wrong with mayo's touchy. So I'm not adventurous with it.
Well, this spicy mayo that I had today, well, they're calling it a spicy mayo sauce. They're not just saying it's spicy mayo. But I'm tempted now to give a spicy mayo a shot. I mean, here's the weird thing, and I've already talked about how the special sauce for the Raising Cane's chicken fingers that it tasted like Thousand Island dressing.
Probably was Thousand Island dressing. Come on.
Well, this spicy mayo sauce tastes a little like, guess what? Thousand Island dressing.
Thousand Island dressing.
I think.
Yeah.
I think
what does a Big Mac taste like? Thousand Island dressing.
Thousand Island dress. Yeah. No, I think I maybe I should just stock up with the Thousand Island dressing. Keep it around.
I think you're right. I
put
think
it on some sandwiches.
Yeah, I think that's probably a secret ingredient to a lot of bullshit out there.
Just get freaky with it.
But yes, if the Thousand Island people want to throw some money at us.
Well, this reminds me. I saw another great food debate, and this pops up every once in a while. I don't think we've discussed it on this show. What do you put on an Italian sub?
Ooh.
And the big debate is mayo versus oil and vinegar.
Well, I do both. I'm not Italian.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not from Jersey. So I understand if somebody wants to tell me I'm an idiot, shouldn't have mayo. I respect that. But I like it. Mayo, a lot of oil, toasted. Ooh.
Toasted?
Yes.
Where are you gonna? What do you go to that fire? What's that fireman's place where?
Well, you think there's one place on earth that toasts Italian subs?
I've only been to one place that did that.
Really?
What's the name of that place? You know the one I'm talking about?
Earth? What do you mean? I've never had an Italian sub that wasn't.
There's a chain where you don't have a choice really. You just get the toasted roll. I guess firemen somebody help me in the comments because my memory is going. It is shot. They had one in Hoboken when I was working there for a while, and I tried it and I was like, no, this is what they're talking about. I wasn't impressed. But anyway, yeah, there's a raging debate whether you put mayo on an Italian sub. I don't, but I've become a big Jersey Mike's guy lately.
Oh, isn't that perfect? I'm sorry, but if Jersey Mike's doesn't sponsor us,
yeah, well, there you go.
We have no chance.
We're throwing it out there.
The original Jersey Mike.
But I love their roast beef and provolone sandwich. And yeah, you have to have mayo on there with the oil and vinegar. And it's, there's nothing gross about it. People go nuts about it. Again, it's like the bean or not in chili. It's like, all right, if you want to put mayo on there, I mean, just mayo alone seems weird, though. Do you do the mayo alone?
I will no. You
Yeah,
cannot. I will say you can't have an Italian without the oil.
right.
Like I can understand if you want to say you don't like with mayo. I get it.
Yeah.
Mayo's my thing. With no oil, that's bullshit.
Well, there are
And you should treat yourself. Next time you had a real Italian joint with a real sandwich, have it toasted.
Toasted.
They'll take it from an 8 to a 9.5. Like that.
I think that concept is foreign though in most Italian delis.
What?
I think if I ask for a toasted roll, they look at me weird. I don't even know if they have a toaster.
Well,
where do you get all these toasted rolls?
Maybe not at a deli, but like more of a sit down place, maybe. But I'll get the one at Wegmans, and nobody's claiming that's real.
Here we go.
But that's really good.
Here we go with the Wegmans. Yeah.
They put on the
another
mayo
sponsor though, you know,
and toast it. That's fantastic. I think anything with mayo, that oil, and toasted starts out on third base for me.
Okay. I've never been to a Wegmans. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that's the best Italian sub, but I've had some really great Italian subs, and yeah, you're missing out if you don't get them toasted, bro.
Yeah. All right. But I mean, if I ask at Jersey Mike's for a toasted roll, they're just gonna say, you know, take a hike because
really,
it's not a thing.
Jersey Mike's doesn't toast.
No, they don't have a toaster behind
now. Again, number one, I would ask because you can have it toasted at Subway. So, but again, I'm not shitting on Jersey Mike's. I've had no problem with Jersey Mike's. But I'm suggesting maybe there's another level of Italian restaurant.
You know what they would do if I, you know, maybe I'll do this just as an experiment for you. I'll ask. I'll preface it like, I know this is going to sound unusual, just so they don't think I'm a nut, because I'm a regular there now. It's like I don't want them thinking I'm a nut.
Jersey Mike crew to respect you.
Here comes that nutcase who wants us
toasted. Yeah, I'm sure you'll blow their minds.
No, you know what they're going to do? They're going to turn around, throw those rolls on the grill for a few minutes. Is that?
Yeah, that's not toasted.
I know. Okay.
But I don't think they're going to think you're crazy.
Okay.
Like this guy wants us to take bread, put it in a heated toaster, and then no. I said, but I suggest that. Plus, number one, how does Jersey Mike's not have a big special? Like if your name is Mike, and you have an ID, you're from Jersey. You are literally Jersey Mike. How are you not getting some sort of deal?
I'll ask them again. I'll preface it. You know, my friend wants me to ask.
Hey,
why I don't get specials because my name is Mike.
Another free $1 billion marketing idea, Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
How about have a big campaign about Mike's from Jersey?
There are a lot of Mikes. It used to be a #1 name. It no longer is. It's been knocked out.
I would make a joke that yes, there are too many people in Jersey, but I'm not going to do that. You know, I love Jersey now. But how can Jersey Mike's not have that going? Like some sort of fun. You're from Mike from Jersey.
No, it makes sense. Idea. I don't know what. Are you taking a multivitamin or something? Something you're firing on all cylinders during this show. I mean, the ideas are flying off you. I don't. Are you doing something new in your diet or something? Are you taking fish oil or?
I told you about the St. Paul sandwich. Hey, you can't produce me. You got to help. You got to capture.
I never tried to produce you. Right? You give me that much credit.
I mean, that's 2 great ideas in 1 hour. So I don't know what to tell these people. I mean, do they want to make money or not?
If people want to join our venture as we go into business, holy shit!
Mike, watch the language, please. Please.
Greg got a fortune cookie.
I did. Finally.
Oh my God.
Another thing this place got right. Everything about this place was great, except the gravy. Well, and the chicken nuggets weren't really nuggets, but they were still great. So.
And that's the gravy that I've gotten that type of gravy, and I like it. I don't need puffiness in my gravy.
Well, then you don't know gravy. That's all. Not your fault.
I'm not fussy about
I haven't had a
gravy.
cookie in a month or so.
What is your
Mine says, the world will soon be ready to receive your talents.
wow.
Wait a minute.
Well, yeah, that is a mind blower. Yeah, there it is in black and white.
So we're just saying how the world needs to take some of these amazing ideas popping, and seconds later, it's confirmed. And can we give points here? For the first time in memory, it's an actual fortune. It's saying this will happen.
Okay.
Not, hey, juicy fruit's great.
Uh-huh.
Wow, I'm keeping this.
Well, mine, can be, something along the similar lines.
Oh boy.
It's not a fortune, but it says, out of confusion comes new patterns.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's not a fortune. That's terrible.
But it sort of goes with your fortune though. So like new patterns are developing out of this confusion that we call egg foo what?
Mike, I told you. You're gonna get a taste. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm not cutting you out, bro.
And I just noticed this for the first time, that when you flip it over to the back,
Lucky numbers, bro.
well, the lucky numbers, I knew they were there. Did you play the Powerball today?
No, what's it up to?
It's like almost 2 billion.
Well, it's confusing because in Virginia, you can or can't do it online. I couldn't get it straight, and then but to be able to do it online, you have to go somewhere and be vetted or something. I don't know. Can I be bothered for that for just $2 billion? No. Did you play?
Yeah, I got some numbers. I mean, I went
If
to
you win, do I get a taste of that?
well, I don't know about that.
Oh my God.
I'll put it back into the business. I'll finance your business.
Oh wow, you'll pay the Zoom. Great.
No. I'm gonna pay. I'll pay for that salad idea. I like that salad idea.
And you'll talk to Jersey Mike.
Do we call it pre-toss salad, or is that too dirty?
Don't be gross, Mike.
Pre-toss.
Between your S word and now this, what is happening?
Pre-toss salad.
What was in that poke bowl?
It was heavy, man. It's still laying on me.
Read yours again. From chaos comes bullshit.
Out of confusion comes new patterns.
Yeah. All right. So between that and mine, we should be pretty set.
And did you know that? Here's the part that I didn't know about, that you can get a second fortune by going to secondfortune.com.
I don't get that.
I will investigate that next week. See what that's all about.
I just had lucky numbers.
But anyway, when I
went
a
fortune, that's nice. All right.
When I went in to play my Powerball, it was a liquor store, and the guy was on the phone, and he was taking, numbers from somebody on the phone. And I had a flashback to when I worked at a liquor store in the 80s. And
back when liquor was liquor.
And there was a restaurant owner from across the highway who used to come in, and he was a friendly type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
But gambling addicts come in all shapes and sizes. And so he ingratiated himself with the owner of the liquor store, and he would call, when it got near to the time for the drawing to go off. He would, make it a quick call right before the deadline, get the owner of the liquor store to punch out some tickets for him. Mm-hmm. I'll pay you back. I'll pay you back. So, yeah, he paid him back for a while just to get the trust going, right? That's how they operate.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
They get the trust going. And then, one day, they don't pop in to pay for their lottery tickets. And the pile is just growing. It's growing. So I had a flashback to that. Yeah. And this guy eventually skipped out. He had to be tracked down. It turned into a whole big thing just to get the money out of him. He's out of control with the gambling. I think the restaurant The restaurant,
your old crew, Mike. It's a tough crew.
the restaurant went down in flames because this guy's out of control with the gambling. And it was good restaurant. I think I even went there once. But so I gave a little word to the wise to this liquor store owner when he got off the phone. I said, hey, you know, I told him about, hey, this is, you know, nice now, but he's going to stick you with those tickets. And I literally did say to him, word to the wise. Word to the wise.
Oh,
and when this guy takes this guy, you know, he's gonna think, well, remember that guy who came in and he told his little story about
remember word to the wise guy
where somebody used to call in for his lottery tickets and then he skated. Well, I should have listened to that guy.
That should be your T-shirt. Word to the wise.
Word to the wise. All right.
I almost had a altercation this morning. I almost had my pants hemmed this morning on the way to work. I was leaving my building to go to the metro, and there's some guy gets right behind me walking. It's one of those like
too close. Too close.
Yeah, you try to speed up or slow down, so he's gonna. But you speed up, he speeds up. You slow down, he slows down. So in my head, I just start going, "Fuck this motherfucker! What's this guy gonna do? What is wrong with this guy?" And so I'm just working it up in my head. So and we get to the metro. And there's an escalator to go up. So you walk across. It's an escalator, but there's also an elevator. I've never done the elevator.
Right.
I guess for handicapped people
or
older people. And when you take the escalator, at the top is the elevator. You mean.
Right.
And so I get on the escalator and feeling this guy behind me. And I'm over to the right. I'm like trying to give him the signal, like, go the fuck behind me. Because I'm not walking.
He's tailgating. He's tailgating.
Yes.
He's tailgating.
Like, and he was a young guy, so I'm like, he'll get frustrated because I'm just standing on the elevator. He'll blow by me.
Right.
I don't see. I give him room, and I'm like, fuck this fucker. I'm like, what's this asshole doing? You know, go around me, shithead. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm just ready to fucking.
That's annoying.
I guess he loves my building. I'm like, I'm gonna have to deal with him every day or something. And I'm just ready to. I'm at peak, like, fuck this guy. And as I get to the top of the escalator, I'm like, fuck this. Ping! Elevator doors open. He comes walking out. He'd been in the elevator the whole fucking time. He wasn't even behind me.
It was another guy?
No, same guy. He wasn't behind me at all. He was on the elevator.
Yeah. But I'm saying, but who was tailgating you on the escalator? Another guy?
Nobody.
Oh, nobody.
I thought he had followed me to the elevator.
Oh, is this true paranoia? You would just
at the very last minute, he peeled off and went up the elevator.
Wow.
And so I just sensed, I was like, fuck this. Well, pass me, dude. Why are you hovering? Ping. Oh, the elevator doors open. Big smile. I'm like, motherfucker. If you knew how close
you should have started tailgating him.
I should have gotten his face. If you knew how close I came to ending you right now, you have no idea.
A phantom of you.
So, yeah. So that made me feel like a fucking idiot. But.
You didn't get back on your tail, though?
Well, by then he was in front of me because he was on the elevator.
That's what I'm saying. You should have given him a taste of your own medicine. You know,
I'm a little above that. I'm a little above that. Plus, I was drenched in my own shame at that point, rightfully so. Do you see these on John Lennon's birthday? Now they do those sing-alongs at
in Central Park. Yeah,
Central Park. Those things they did like they must have been there for hours. Yesterday, they did like 20 songs.
Really?
Have you seen any of these? They're incredibly beautiful.
There'll be a clip. There'll be a clip on the news. You know.
I'm sensing you've had it with them.
It was his birthday.
On his birthday, the last couple of years, people show up. Like people bring guitars, hold drum kits.
Yeah.
And they don't just sing, "I want to hold your hand." They do, "I should have known better if I fell." They'll do McCartney songs, and it's just beautiful. And I'm always jealous. I'm like, God. Would I have the ball? You know, I would never have the balls to join in, but it's so wonderful to watch. I don't know if you've seen them. So I've been blowing them up an extra time.
What was this on YouTube or something? They showed.
YouTube,
yeah. Okay.
Like now, it's after a couple of years. Now I wait for them. Like I know they're coming at the end of the day. Somebody usually compiles them.
I thought they had it on in December on the anniversary of his death.
They'll do the same thing on his death too. It's really remarkable. Like what other instance do strangers come together and sing and play instruments together without some stupid happening.
Yeah, well,
That's a really
I think
beautiful thing. Yeah.
I think the Jerry Garcia,
Here we go.
they were
Here we go.
they were doing something on his birthday, but of course it was a moneymaker.
Yeah.
They were having how they can do these special events at movie theaters now, where they'll show a movie one day. So yeah, they were doing some Grateful Dead concerts and stuff, and they're finding different things to. I think they were off during the pandemic, but they'll find some new video that could attract people to the theaters. I went to one of them once, and it was nice. I saw some rare Europe 72 footage of the Grateful Dead I'd never seen before. But of course, you have the people dancing in the aisles.
Those are dead. I mean, the dead people. Come on.
Yeah,
man.
no, yeah. I'm not.
Eventually, someone's going to break out into a weird dance. That's fine.
I'm not knocking dancing in general, but I don't know. Something about dancing in a movie theater is a little still odd for me.
It's odd. I would note. I would be, like I wouldn't leave, but I'd be like, this is strange.
But yeah, as long as they're not blocking my view, I'm okay with it. It's like let them enjoy themselves.
John Lennon shares a birthday with my mother, born 80 years ago on the 9th. It's a big number, 80. The first person who ever told me I was funny. So there you go. Probably the last person too, but.
What do you remember the circumstances?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I was washing dishes.
What were you doing?
I was washing dishes, slaving away after Sunday dinner, and she's just sitting there. I'm washing the dishes, and she's just sitting there, or whatever, behind at the table still. And I remember I was scrubbing. I pulled out some barbecue brush, like you'd brush a ham with or something.
Yeah.
And I just started like, I don't know. I'd forgotten she was there, and I just started kind of bebop. And I take this thing, and I started like I'm a conductor. And I started slapping the window, and she was just cracking up behind me. And I was like, "Oh, it's so funny."
How old were you?
28. No, I think like 10 or so, 9 or 10.
9 or 10. Okay, yeah, early age.
I was like using the brush, like splatting it around the window.
Yeah. Okay.
Look, was that the funniest thing I said?
No. Having fun. You're having fun.
But I still remember that first time somebody said, "Wow, you're really funny."
Yeah.
So little shout out. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think my parents ever told me I was funny.
I got news for you, Mike.
But a third grade teacher, I had to do it. I've told this story on the Best Show before. I was in third grade, and Mrs. Berenger, I think I've mentioned before, she's the one who read Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart to the class.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of got me into, reading. I mean, the Scholastic had a collection of stories you could buy. I still have that book. But we had to do like a little sort of fake broadcast, I guess, a TV news type thing. And I had just recently heard the name Roger Mudd.
Oh.
And to a third grader, that's funny in itself, right? Roger Mudd. There's a guy on television every night, and his name is Roger Mudd.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wrote this little bit, and every time I mentioned Roger Mudd, big laugh. I just knew how to hit the laugh.
Know your audience. That's rule number 1. Know your audience.
So I was such a hit in my class that my teacher immediately trooped me over to another class. And I did my second performance over at the other third grade class. And again, Roger Mudd was just like they were in stitches. I mean, they were cracking up. So that was the first encouragement.
Nice feeling.
Yeah. And from that point on, really, I mean, I really enjoyed writing things for class, and, you'd have speech classes, and I always try and make them funny. So yeah, they usually went over well. Yeah, you
Mhm.
know, I don't think I had any other classmates who were, getting laughs from their things. They were kind of boring.
Mhm.
But
Oh,
I, but
well,
but
I can hear that listenership dropping.
but I could get some laughs at least. But
Yeah. Well, that's good. Do you still
yeah,
have it? Do you have a copy of it floating around?
no, no, not that. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a nice feeling.
you know what? I don't know if my mother saved some stuff. This will be another heartbreaking moment if I going through the
I'm not
dresser
ready, Mike.
drawers.
I'm gonna need another week.
I find some papers she had kept, that maybe she did think I was funny.
You never know. Maybe she kept every day. She's like, Mike is killing me, but I can't tell him. But maybe
Yeah,
he's killing it today.
right. Yeah,
This bit, that bit.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure after my mother said that, for the rest of my days, the only time she's referenced it would be in a way like, "Do you think you're being funny? What are you being funny right now?" Pretty sure it was more of that,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
but yeah, first one.
Mm.
Oh,
Well,
good luck finding that box of memories this weekend.
now I know there's some old stuff up there. I know exactly where it is. But it's kind of like I'm not ready to go hunting
Mhm.
for this stuff. Anyway, uh,
We're here whenever you are, Mike.
yeah. Uh-huh. Um, all right, I think that's a good place for us to end it. I want to thank
Well, we should
everybody.
give a shout out to friend of the show, Will,
Well,
who
okay.
who just reissued his band's classic LP, Masquerade, DT and the
Mhm.
Shakes.
Okay.
Did a
Oh, okay.
little reissue, had some did some remastering, remixing,
Oh, all right.
a couple of bonus tracks if you're
Uh-huh.
into that. I know you are.
Mm-hmm.
DT and the Shakes, Masquerade, big release. I've loved this album.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it for many years now.
It's
And
on
I think you will too. It's on Spotify.
Spotify, and what about where they can buy it? What's the other site?
It's on iTunes.
Bandcamp? Is it on Bandcamp?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think I'm doing a nice thing here, and I guess all I'm doing is telling people where they can get it for free. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Might want to get on. Well, he's got a new single out too with "Them Sinners."
yeah, and you know what? If he can fucking push it himself. Let's be honest. I've said, come on, I gave it the big push. What more can I do? I can't be, come on,
Uh-huh.
I can't be spending all my hours working on
I
it.
listened to the new single. It's worth people checking out.
Right? All right.
That's on Bandcamp. I know that. Them Sinners.
I don't think Deeth and the Shakes is. I think right now it's just on Spotify. And then whatever, if you do it on Spotify, it goes to other places, I know. But yeah, and then Them Sinners, his new single is on Bandcamp. Deeth and the Shakes Masquerade on Spotify.
Okay.
I'm sure if I got that wrong, I'll hear about it.
And so yeah, thanks to all our subscribers. Thanks to people making comments. We appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell. Let's keep those numbers going. The numbers are looking good. Let's keep it going.
Let's keep the numbers looking good, Mike. I am going to want to crack the books before the new year, though. New quarter.
And we had no tech issues this week. So there's no weird changing of the shirts mid-show, as not too many people noticed that, I don't think. I think my editing skills got better. But anyway.
Is that why in the beginning of the show we were talking about going shirtless? Is that how that?
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway.
Thanks for listening. Get the comments in there. And we'll talk to you next week.
Take care.